Kick off your shoes and pick up a controller. Today, I want to help you get the Technician 2 achievement in Halls of Torment. In order to get this achievement, you need to deal 5 million damage with items. Now, this sounds like a lot of damage, but luckily there's a few things we can do to make this much easier on ourselves. Most importantly, we need to get the right items. Without a doubt, the absolute best item to have is the ring Echoing Band. With the Echoing Band equipped, any physical damage you do has a chance to spawn a shockwave that deals a percentage of the original damage in an area. This item alone should be enough to get you to 5 million damage. It procs often and hits extremely hard towards the end of a run after you've gotten some trade upgrades. The important thing to note about this item is that it procs on any physical damage you do. For the Landsknecht, that means damage done with the Archivist. Her grenades deal magic damage, so that doesn't count. But what also counts is physical damage done by abilities, so make sure you grab the abilities with a physical tag. That means Phantom Needles, Astronomer's Orb, Ring Blade, Clay Golem, and Morningstar will all proc the Echoing Band. Utilizing these abilities with Echoing Band is probably all you need to get to 5 million damage. It cannot be overstated just how much easier that ring makes this achievement. You unlock the Echoing Band by completing the Swordsman quest Power Hitter. So if you want the absolute easiest path to this achievement, complete that quest, then farm and purchase the ring. If you don't have Echoing Band, there are still other items that we can use to get this achievement. It's just a little tougher. We will need to stack multiple items and proc them as often as we can. Here are a few other items we can use that can deal a lot of damage. The first item is the Gorgon Mask. This mask causes slow on enemies nearby and then deals damage based on how many slowed enemies there are. This mask honestly has the potential to cause just as much damage as the Echoing Band, but it's just that the Echoing Band is safer to use. The Gorgon Mask requires you to be pretty close to enemies, but with the Echoing Band you can hit from far away. I find the Landsknecht tough to use, so I personally like to keep my distance. Unlock the Gorgon Mask by completing the Viaduct Survivor 3 quest. Another build you can try is a fire damage build. There are a lot of items that either increase burn damage or are triggered by burn, so these will be our focus. For this we will need the Ruby Circlet Helmet, which increases burn damage, the Elemental Resonator Amulet, which piles on burn stacks, the Ring of Fire, which changes your main weapon damage type to fire and gives it a chance to apply burn. The second ring doesn't matter too much as long as it doesn't change your main weapon damage type away from fire. The Blazing Shell chest piece, which also applies burn, the Firewalker boots, which leaves a trail of fire that both damages and causes burn, and finally the Sparking Tips gloves, which shoots out damaging sparks whenever you hit a burning enemy. It also increases your burn chance. Additionally, if you have it, the Mark of Incineration can be helpful too, but not strictly necessary. As you can see, burn is the name of the game, and you want to apply burn to as many enemies as possible. The main goal is continuously proccing the Sparking Tips, while also taking on as much damage from burn as you can. Make sure that you're constantly moving and luring enemies into your fire trail, and just keep attacking whoever is burning. It's okay if you don't have all these items, just equip as many as you can. The most important ones are the Ring of Fire or the Mark of Incineration, the Blazing Shell chest piece, and the Sparking Tips gloves. If you don't have the Ring of Fire or the Mark of Incineration, you'll have to rely on abilities to apply and stack burn on enemies. This is definitely less consistent, but with some luck you should be able to reach the 5 million damage. You unlock a majority of these items by completing Exterminator quests. Unlock the Ruby Circlet by completing the quest Burning Masses. Unlock the Elemental Resonator by completing Prolonged Suffering. The Ring of Fire is unlocked by completing Novice Exterminator. For the Firewalker boots, you need to complete Firewalker, and unlock the Sparking Tips by completing Flammable. You can unlock the Blazing Shell chest piece by completing the Embergrounds quest Scorch Slayer 1. There is also a lightning variant of this build, which you may prefer if you have more of those items. This item loadout focuses on triggering a chain lightning effect and stacking spark. For this we'll need the Thunder Crown Helmet, which causes chain lightning when you hit a sparked enemy, the Elemental Resonator Amulet again, the Ring of Thunder, which changes your main weapon damage type to lightning and gives you a chance to apply spark. Again, the second ring doesn't matter too much, just make sure it doesn't alter your damage type away from lightning. And finally, the Electrostatic Tread boots, which create shockwaves when you walk that deal damage and apply spark. If you have the marker sorcery, that will help as well. With this loadout, you'll be building up spark charges on enemies and then triggering the chain lightning effect from the Thunder Crown. The only problem is the Thunder Crown chain lightning effect triggers from magic damage. So for the Landsknecht, that means your grenades will be the catalyst. If you're going this route, you'll have to select abilities that deal magic damage in order to give yourself more opportunities to trigger the lightning. Your grenades alone just may not cut it. All of the lightning items can be unlocked by completing various sorceress quests. Unlock the Thunder Crown by completing the quest Queen of Thunder. Unlock the Ring of Thunder by completing the quest Thunderstrike. And finally, the electrostatic tread boots can be unlocked by completing the quest Electrostasis. Don't forget, to unlock the Elemental Resonator Amulet, you have to finish the Exterminator quest Prolonged Suffering. While there are a lot of items with frost energy, using them to get to 5 million damage will be difficult. They mostly focus on building up the frost effect, which slows enemies down but doesn't do damage. There are gloves that trigger damage based on frost stacks, but one of the primary ways to stack frost is through melee attacks, which the Landsknecht doesn't really do. Sorry, Frost Bros. There are more items that deal damage, but these builds are some of the best and easiest to get the Technician achievements. If you're ever curious about what counts as dealing item damage, check the victory or defeat screen. The DPS section will let you know where your damage sources are, so you can find out which items may be worth building around. As far as locations to try this achievement, any hall will be fine, but this may be one where you need to be in agony mode. You're going to need the increased enemy spawns in order to deal massive amounts of damage. In normal mode, you're likely going to clear the run before getting up to 5 million damage with items. Of course, this does mean that enemies will be harder, but that is balanced out by the upgraded items that agony mode offers. They'll help you get your damage threshold quicker, so it's worth the trade-off. Plus, you don't actually need to complete the run for this achievement, so once it pops, it's yours. You can feel free to end the run if you want. And that's it. Hopefully this guide puts you on your way to dealing 5 million damage and getting that achievement. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. Are there any other achievement guides you want to see? Which has been your favorite character to play? Have you tackled the agony mode yet? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and good luck on all your future runs.